ears are as small as your dick.
That, I just got tingly inside.
These two women are the most bitter, pessimistic, and crotchety old broads I have ever seen or listened to, and I'm here for it.
Welcome to the 21st Century Suffragettes cast. They flipped the bitch switch. We've already won this fight. We've already won this battle. We are not going back, not on our watch. Make sure to like, share, and subscribe. Thank you, family.
Fuck it. Do it live. I'll write it and we'll do it live.
I still love it. It's still funny. I am getting kickback, Tony.
Really?
Yep. We're trying a new
Such a good way to
system.
start the show.
I'm wearing my earbuds.
Yeah, it's because there's a microphone in the. Instead of headphones
Okay.
this time.
Want to switch?
What?
Want to switch
Switch what?
Me.
to headphones?
I guess so.
Got
So-
a down.
Sorry. Already difficulties. Where to start?
today.
2 days later, and we have a whole new list of shit to go through.
It's a whole new shit show.
I mean, you couldn't have more blatant corruption than I'm not going to be able to hear you for a minute. So hold on. You couldn't have more blatant corruption than Hinky giving Dinky $100 million after the car stunt at the White House, and you've got, oh my God, it's been reported now today that Elania frequently breaks out bawling because his stock prices are crashing. And oh, by the way, if his stock crashes, then he loses all the leverage that he used to buy Tesla. He used it as like credit or whatever. And so if his Tesla fucking stock crashes, he could lose Twitter too.
Yes.
So
Yes, he
totally
could.
freaking out.
Darn.
And he's crying in
He's
the White
freak-
House. And that's why Dinky
Yeah,
gave
he-
him a fucking infomercial.
He's
Oh my
crying
God, it's
because
the
he's a
dumbest
ketamine
shit
addict. And he can't
ever.
maintain.
I like the way he's
Yeah, I
trapped
know.
inside this little tear. I like the way he's trapped in
so
there in that little
dumb.
tear.
Oh, wait, can I hear you guys? Go ahead.
I said I like the way Dinky's trapped in the little tear. He's
Yeah.
just trapped in there. He can't get out. Ever.
I only have this side.
Uh,
All right. Okay, talk again, somebody.
Somebody?
Okay, there we go. Okay, now it's perfect. All right, so
Don't touch anything.
don't touch anything. So
I'm not touching anything.
so Dinky can lose, or Hinky can lose Tesla and fucking, it should be called Tesla.
Yes,
Yeah,
Tesla.
Tesla.
Oh my
Like-
God.
Like raw earth minerals.
Tesla.
Yeah. Tesla. Like,
Tesla and raw earth minerals.
Yeah.
yeah. Tesla and Hitler.
I thought
yeah.
he said raw
That is
earth
so-
minerals, not rare earth minerals, but anyway.
Yeah.
Raw.
Something.
It's so ignorant city speak.
Yeah.
His ignorant New Yorker drops out every time he opens his mouth.
It's all
With his-
computer.
Yeah, with his 20 words that
Yeah.
he can't pronounce correctly.
Oh my God. Just the dumbest shit
Unbelievable.
ever. Dumbest shit ever I've ever seen. Blatant fucking corruption. Now, there was a dude that got busted with cryptocurrency and he's getting sentenced to prison. And he said, I'll give you part of my company if you give me a pardon.
Yeah.
This
Yeah.
He's trying to buy a pardon.
is, fuck me, dude.
Well, it's he's supposed to actually, I think there's a plan, and Malcolm Nance is very, very adamant about the fact that he's intending to invade Canada and Greenland.
Yeah.
I will join the Canadian resistance, like, any day, because this is ridiculous.
My great grandfather was a Canadian lumberjack. I got one foot in America and one foot in Canada. So
Yeah. Well, I just am not. I'm not even playing with this douchebag. I'm just not in the damn mood today.
Yeah. No, I think we're all a bit fed up with fucking Elania, and so is Representative John Larson, Democrat from Connecticut. Oh boy, did he go off? Like, I don't even know.
It was so good.
And it was so good, and I'm playing the whole thing because it's so important. In the beginning, there's a short clip, and I'm like, I don't want to play the short clip. In the beginning, he slams his hand so hard on the table, the lady behind him jumps 6 feet in the air.
Oh yes.
And then at the end, which they don't play in the short clip, he's slamming on the table going, shame, shame. It's epic. And Tony's got it queued up.
We need more of that. We need more of that.
Yes.
We need more of that.
Yes. Fred Wellman said, Rep. Larson in today's Ways and Means Committee hearing, this is what we want. Do you hear us, Democrats? No more of your DC decorum. Fight. And somebody else said, Larson blasts the GOP for blocking Elon Musk from testifying. So this is epic. Go ahead.
Oh shit, hold on.
Okay. Oh, you have to share it?
I gotta get the setting. I forgot.
Oh, he forgot the setting. Okay, so I'll talk a little bit more. But anyway, this is what I call righteous indignation. This is what I want to see from all of our representatives. He gets red in the face.
This committee.
Yes.
He's screaming so loud that the microphone is like glitching out. It's you know what I mean? So it's kind of shitty audio, but it's literally because the microphones is glitching out. Okay, so go ahead.
To no longer being of significance and resort to saying you will do whatever Elon Musk and Donald Trump tell you to do. Where's the independence of the committee? Where's the legislature? We're an equal branch of government. And you start off with a blather, and yet look at the empty seats here. Where's Elon Musk? I'm sure he's a genius and is a very credible person because of the wealth he's accumulated. But that does not put him above the law or the responsibility to come before this committee in this Congress. If he's so great, if these plans and all the fraud and abuse that he's found are so eminent, why isn't he here explaining it? You know why. Because he's out to privatize Social Security. He's been on television the last couple of days talking exactly about Social Security, Medicare, and Medicaid, and what he intends to do. Privatize it. The American people, some of them may have been born at night, but not last night. People are aware of this. Right. Every single one of your districts, all the money that comes in monthly, and you have not done, you as a Congress have not done anything in more than 54 years. And now you have someone coming in to privatize a system, something you have longed to do going back to 1982, because Elon Musk thinks that this is the best thing to do. President Trump has called Social Security a scam. Elon Musk, as chairman, as Mr. Neal said, called it a Ponzi scheme. Ask that of the people in your district. Ask that, Mr. Smith, of the more than 198,000 people in your district who rely on Social Security, and you won't even let the person who's planning to privatize it, who's telling the big lie in front of everyone, in bold as he possibly can, saying, this is what we're going to do. The Congress is in our back pocket. We don't even have to come before them and testify because we control the House, we control the Senate, and we control the presidency. And it's the tyranny of the executive. It's why these resolutions were first adopted back in 1789, because the founding fathers knew that the executive branch does not have total authority over the legislature unless you have a willing party that says, no, we're going to do exactly what you tell us to do, Mr. Musk and Mr. President. It doesn't matter to our constituents. It doesn't matter how much money they are not going to receive. We're not even going to tell them the truth about what's going to happen to them. And every single one of these districts where they're being shut down and their personnel, and as Mr. Neal said, Dan, after you cut and eliminate the people, say the agency isn't responding accordingly. No other agency operates for under less than 1%. With that, they administer to over 70 million people in the nation's #1 anti-poverty program for the elderly and children. Shame! Shame! Can't bring people in front of this body? If he's right, if they're so good, if they're so just, why aren't they here telling the American people about it? They're not, because you know the truth. It's about privatization. I yield back.
100%.
Damn right. Damn right. God love him.
Fire. Fire. Thank you.
Hell yeah.
I'm going to say that he saw my town hall.
Well, and I think it's a responsibility for all of us to call our Democratic leaders and ask them, why aren't they doing this? Why aren't they speaking out like this?
Exactly.
This is the only way to make a change at this
That's
point.
right.
Call them out on the
Exactly
carpet
right,
while they're
Frankie.
there. And I think they did, Miss Benny Loco. Honestly, I think yours went viral. I think everybody else has been taking a lot of taking yours and your example and the example of others that followed you. It's going viral. And if you notice, after you did that, lots of people started doing that. We all need to lead by example. We need to lead by our own. I mean, we can all do. Not everybody can do something physical, like Benny Loco did, or like these people are protesting physically this weekend. But we can make our phone call. If we can be on this damn thing.
You can make noise. We can make lots of noise.
That's right. That's right.
There's lots of ways to do it.
Yes.
My preferred noise option is getting fucking loud. Sorry.
Well, we need that right now, though. We need that.
Yeah.
The louder our voices are, the better. And not only should you call your Democratic Congress people and tell them they should be acting more like Larson, but tell them to fuck all the way off with their pink suit protests, because that does nothing.
Yeah.
It does absolutely nothing.
Yeah.
Pink suit, round sign. Really? Not even any corners on your sign? Come on.
They look like pickleball
an
paddles.
auction. They look like ping pong ball paddles were an auction. Like they were.
Yeah. When was
auction.
the match going to break out and have a little,
Yeah.
little game? It's not a fucking game.
I agree. Wearing pink outfits does nothing. You know, would have done something. I'll tell you what would have done something is when Al Green got kicked out, the next Democrat said, that's not right. That's not free speech. This is the Citadel, blah, 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 blah. Right? And if you're going to do that to him, you're going to have to do it to me too. And one by one.
Yep.
And I
Take
don't
up the
care if that,
whole time.
I don't care if that
Yep.
fucking speech lasted 4 or 5 fucking hours. I don't give two shits. Make it last all fucking night and just keep interrupting him. He would have given up eventually and just walked the fuck out because he's got no fucking patience and he's a petulant child.
Yep.
So
He had to change his
Around the
diaper at
corner to
some
go
point.
crying and rage text.
Yeah, and he had to change his diaper at some point.
So,
And yeah, like Peter says, Bernie Sanders is making some momentum
Yes, he
because
is.
he's out there talking to the American people, and he is expressing his righteous indignation of what is going on in our country, and that speaks more to the people than anything else. Your pink fucking suits do nothing.
yeah.
That's
Stand
right.
the fuck up, grow a spine, and get out there and talk about this to people.
Eric
Show your
Swalwell's
righteous
doing it.
indignation.
Eric,
Yeah.
Eric Swalwell. He's doing it. Our Democratic leaders need to go to their red districts. I don't care what state they're in.
Yeah.
And talk to the people that they're refusing to speak to.
Yep.
I mean,
Fill the vacuum.
Bernie is selling out stadiums, doing massive rallies. I'm glad he's doing that. But guess what? How old is he? He's like 88 years old.
I think he's 84, actually.
He's not. I'm not going to vote for him if he runs. He's too fucking old.
He should, in this time of his life, be able to retire a happy retirement. But that man is still fighting for what's right.
Yeah. But if he's going to try to run for president in 4 years, I'm telling you, this is no fucking way.
No.
Bernie, don't run. You're going to be 88 in fucking 4 years. We won't vote for you. I'm telling you that right now.
Again, I think he understands that he needs to find a younger voice that is out there saying what he's saying and speaking in the manner that he's speaking, and he needs to get behind them and support them and push them to the forefront.
And
he's smart enough to realize that.
Gavin Newsom just fucked himself.
He did because of it. I don't think he did because of the Charlie Kirk dude with his face too small for his head. I think he screwed himself by not standing up for trans rights.
Yeah.
That's where he messed himself up because trans
the
rights.
governor of California, mind you.
Yeah. Yeah. Katie Porter is running for governor, and I think Kamala Harris might be.
Well, I'll vote for Katie Porter. I want to see that whiteboard again.
And I think Buttigieg said he's going to try to run for Senate here in Michigan.
I heard that on the wire.
I don't know. I would love it.
Iowa governor signed some anti-LGBTQ legislation, I think, and some other cruel legislation. There's just people, it's going both ways, y'all. People are picking their sides.
The West Virginia Senate is trying to pass a bill that would allow doctors to inspect the genitals of children without parental consent.
People are sick. You're sick. You are sick if that's what you want.
If you are anywhere near West Virginia, or hell, if you're not, call them and tell them. That is absurd.
And
no one should be inspecting the genitals of children.
It's obscene. It's freaking should be. Oh my God. This just shows
they
you
get
where
their rocks off looking at little kids.
Yeah, that's it.
That's where this is all headed.
That's legalized pedophilia.
Yeah.
When again today, I think it was, we found out that Dinky's previous religious
advisor,
his advisor, has been charged with child sexual assault charges.
Yep.
A spiritual advisor. Let that sink in.
Yeah, former Texas mega church pastor and spiritual advisor to Donald Trump was indicted Wednesday in Oklahoma for alleged child sex crimes. Yeah, Trump's former religious advisor charged with sex crimes, Robert Morris, is accused of sexually assaulting a 12-year-old girl when he was 20. They're gross.
And something in Oklahoma too.
And guess what? This guy ain't no spring chicken anymore. If he's been fucking diddling kids since he's 20, you know how many fucking kids he's diddled since then?
Yeah.
Gateway Church, by the way. Gateway church in Texas.
Gateway
That's
mega
what-
church.
No, it's a mega church. That means it's got little satellite churches everywhere.
And our president condones this behavior.
Of course he does. He allowed Andrew Tate and Tristan Tate to come back to the United States.
Everyone in his fucking everyone in his cabinet is a fucking criminal.
Call from Super Saint. To accept, press 1.
And of course, that's
voicemail,
Putin's
press
dream.
2.
Has Putin's,
Yeah.
you know.
Of course.
Hi, Super Saint. How's it going? Uh-oh. Her audio just went out.
I couldn't
Oh,
hear her
Our
anyway.
audio went out.
Super Saint. To
Yeah, we
accept,
couldn't hear
press
the
1.
phone
To send
ring
a
or
voicemail,
anything.
press-
I didn't know Super Saint was calling.
Okay. Well, something happened. Our shit's not working. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. So
It's that technical fuckery at play.
By the way, there's another state that I want to say it's Iowa. I could be wrong. It could be Idaho. But they are trying to make it a felony for a trans person to be in public.
Yeah.
Just for them to be in public.
Oh, I was so proud. I was so proud to hear.
I have the video.
Okay.
Major Richard Ojeda is running for Congress in the state of North Carolina, so please do support him if you can in any way, shape, or form.
Yep.
Just
Keep mind of
throwing it out
this.
there.
Keep mind of the two elections in Florida as well.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
Yeah, and by the way, I think a lot of people miss this. I have to admit I missed it at first. Rep. Sarah McBride shuts down the GOP bigotry.
This was so good.
Yeah. Laughed my ass off. He just immediately runs away. Further proof that transphobes are fucking cowards. Her name is Sarah McBride. She is a representative of the American people, and she deserves to be treated with the same respect as all her other representatives. And I love this, Tony. It's, you know where it is. I already sent it.
Brilliant. She's misgendered, and so she proceeds to misgender the.
Well, she misgenders him right back. It says, "Thank you, Madam Chair."
Yeah, it was so good.
Yeah, go ahead.
I now recognize.
So, here we go.
As the representative from Delaware, Mr. McBride.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Ranking Member Keating, also wonderful.
Mr.
I'm
Chairman,
sorry.
could you repeat your introduction again, please?
Yes, we have set the standard on the floor of the House.
Yeah, you have to
and
back
I'm
it up a little
simply-
bit.
What is that standard, Mr. Chairman?
Back to the beginning.
Would you repeat what you just said?
I now recognize the representative from Delaware, Mr. McBride.
Thank you, Madam Chair. Ranking Member Keating, also wonderful.
Mr.
I'm
Chairman,
sorry.
could you repeat your introduction again, please?
Yes, we have set the standard on the floor of the House, and I'm simply.
What is that standard, Mr. Chairman? Would you
standard-
repeat what you just said when you introduced a duly elected representative from the United States of America? Please.
I will. The representative from Delaware, Mr. McBride.
Mr. Chairman, you are out of order. Mr. Chairman, have you no decency? I've come to know you a little bit, but this is not decent.
We will continue this.
You
hearing.
will not continue it with me unless you introduce a duly elected representative the right way.
This hearing is adjourned.
Snakes, cowards, snakes,
Run away.
cowards.
Pussy ass bitch.
Oh.
It doesn't
Cover up.
take.
By the way-
Pronoun.
It's not. It doesn't take much to be a decent person, and all he has to do is take the one little word. But you can't do it because you're so petty and small
cowardly.
and a coward.
And really worried about everybody else's downstairs.
Yes, that's just gross. That's what at the heart of this gross obsession. It's just you.
They're
That's just
obsessed.
you.
They're obsessed.
There's another aspect of it that they will never admit, but it has to do with their own attraction to
Of course.
to the trans community, and the complete lack of ability to reconcile that within themselves, so then they turn around and attack it.
Yeah, it's projection.
But wait a minute. We also have to remember when the RNC went to Wisconsin, they broke Grinder twice.
Yes.
They broke it.
Yeah.
It broke down 2 times.
Yeah.
They're so busy in the closet playing with little children's. Then, they come out of that and thinking they're all that in a bag of chips. They're not coming out of any closet. They're still in that closet.
Well, you got Matt Schlapp, diddling dudes when he's drunk at the CPAC. You've got Micro Johnson, who lives with a pastor in D.C.
Yep.
It's really weird. He's got some son.
Maybe he has his check direct deposited into pastor's account.
No,
remember, he doesn't have a bank
any
account.
accounts, right, Benny Loco? He doesn't have any bank accounts. How is he crunching numbers in our Congress? Who holds the purse? The man has no. It's because he ran unopposed in his Louisiana district.
Yeah, that's got to stop. That has got to stop. You've got, and also Micro Johnson adopted that kid when he was really young, and that was all weird. Same thing with Matt Gaetz,
and Clarence Thomas.
What the fuck? And you've got Lindsey Graham, obvious, just clearly obvious. JD Vance with his eyeliner and his makeup.
Oh,
all the makeup and the eyeliner between Musk and Dinky and Vancy Pants. Jesus Christ! You could you could frost a cake with that shit.
Right. Not to get off this topic, but something I heard, I learned just before the show. Speaking of Vancy Pants, have you guys been following what's been going on with Nebraska? How because 65% of their state income comes from agriculture, and a large portion of their the workforce are immigrants. They're going bankrupt. Well, guess who is looking to go in and buy up all that farmland?
JD Vance.
An agricultural company backed by Vance and Teal.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
It's all a land grab. They're trying to run these small farms into these big agribusinesses, and that's what they've done a lot. They try to do it all over California as well. I've seen a lot of small farms just get
hold on. We got Super Saint is on the phone. Thank you for calling, Super Saint. Go ahead.
Hey, I'm sorry I called early before the second hour, but I was going to say that they're trying to pass a bill through legislation in Texas that makes it.
I don't know. Super Saint, hold on. Super Saint, hold on. Nobody else can hear you except for me. So give me a second.
No problem.
I agree. It is a total land grab. And of course, Peter Thiel and JD Vance are going to go in there and do this. We called it. Go ahead, Super Saint. You want to do just a check, mic check?
Mic check 1, 2, 3.
Can you guys hear? Okay. Go ahead, Super Saint. Everybody can hear.
They said that they can hear. Hi, Mark. They said that they can hear her.
Okay, everybody can hear you, so go ahead.
Well, it was Texas that has a bill that's going through legislation that has it a felony and jail time to be trans. And what pisses me off is that this is, I've been telling people this is, this follows the Nazi playbook, just like in Germany where, they're cutting, they're trying to cut HUD, which of course that would put a lot of people on the street. And of course, I had mentioned last time how they had arrested people in California for being unhoused because the Supreme fucking Court made it, a crime to be unhoused and sleeping outside. And so it's basically, and then of course, not roller Nazi is Chwazi is basically trying to get legislation approved to build, basically concentration camps and have people, money for appropriated for, people that will be there, basically guards. And so basically he's making concentration camps for the people that will be unhoused. It's just like it's following the Nazi playbook to a T.
It is.
I mean, this is insane. And I've been on the phone all day calling my Congress people all day. I've been on the phone and literally crying and giving, my personal opinion on what they're doing. And I've talked to people numerous times in the same office, but I've also been calling, different representatives as well, just all day long. That's what I did. Just calling.
Yes,
calling.
excellent.
Good for you.
Excellent.
Super
We
Saint.
have to.
Yes,
We have to for other
lives
people.
are at risk.
All right,
Lives are at risk.
Thanks for calling in,
And I
sweetie.
literally said they're following. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, they're literally following what? The Nazi playbook.
They're literally following the Nazi playbook to a T. They're following Hitler's playbook to a T. And I literally said that this is like Nazi Germany. And I said, and I explained to them about how they're, in Texas, Roller Chwazi is appropriating funds to build concentration camps. He's already done that at the border, prior, but he's literally building, appropriating money to have these built. And what do they do, with prisons? They don't want to let people out that are could be paroled. They let them out. They don't have supervision, and they have them go and work in places, like Burger King and, other places, and, work in the fields and stuff. And they don't get the prisoners get paid, but they don't, they won't let them actually get out. And they say that they're too dangerous to put in parole, but they let them out without supervision by guards or anything to go and work. But they're already out there in the public. So it's ridiculous. They're actually, this is like slavery. It is slavery.
Right.
So what do you think they're going to do with not being able to put these immigrants or migrants or undocumented people, able to leave the country? They're going to put them in these concentration camps, and they're going to work these people to death for nothing. This is Nazi Germany.
Yeah.
Yes, it is.
I agree,
Sorry,
honey. Thank
I'm
you
getting-
for calling. No, thanks for calling.
Thank you. I
So-
love you guys.
Love you too.
Okay. Sorry.
Love you
Bye-bye.
too. Yeah, there's a trans site that's on. They go on this show called The Line, which I irritated with, but they are a good show. They're a decent show. But it's called Transatlantic, and these are a trans rights group that are in Britain and stateside. And there's a couple of other. I think Chewed Gum is another one. And it doesn't hurt to populate their sites and give them support and love and say a hello and subscribe or do whatever. I just go in there, pop in there with my love once in a while and tell them they've got support wherever that we're here and whatever. So I don't even, I just let them know there's love. I mean, not everybody understands, especially people of my generation, Ben Loco's generation. Maybe Diane, you're a little bit younger, but still you had computers in your typing class probably more than we did.
I still had a typewriter in my
still.
typewriting class.
Yeah, we had this little click type. Yeah. Okay. So anyway,
I grew up on a word processor.
Okay. Yeah. So, anyway, I remember before microwaves and when the phone was still on the wall and all that stuff, like they say. So, but honestly, there's a lot of us that don't understand, that need to be educated on it. But still, you don't need to know the medical science to know this is a human right. It does not matter what we think or anybody else thinks. It's about people and their personal business. And if that's not enough to protect, then I don't know what you're protected, because one right's taken away like this, the trans rights taken away. We've already seen women's rights get cut, split, gone.
Mm-hmm.
Now they're doing it to trans people. They found the smallest incremental group of people that they could pick on because they're cowards. And they're trying to, and once they succeed in wiping their humanity out and make it okay for people to be cruel and dehumanize them, that's the start. That's where you start dehumanizing the next and the next and the next until there's nobody left to protect you, just like that poem
when
says.
they overturned Roe,
And
I'm sorry, when they overturned Roe in 2022, in June of 2022, now we're hearing that they want to make it a law that your birth certificate has to match your ID. Well, that wipes out all the women who changed their names and when they got married. So I'm sorry to interrupt. Go ahead, Spy.
Voters were purged this last voting session because of that. They were literally purged
4.7
based on their
million.
name. That's why a bunch of white women didn't vote. I'll bet money.
Yeah, they got purged.
I think
just
they
then.
were pissed.
Shame on
But
them.
just for any of you guys, if you catch yourself out there having these discussions about trans people in our country, I want you all to just remember this fact: the first trans organization, the activist organization in the United States, was founded in 1889. Okay, so this has been a part of our country since we were built. It has existed in history for a millennia. Okay, this is not something new. It's just a talking point that that MAGA has been taught to throw out there to fearmonger on. And in doing so, not only are they hurting the trans people in our communities, they are harming women in our communities as well. Predominantly women of color. Those are the ones who are the most likely to be misgendered.
Yes.
And we saw it ourselves with Michelle Obama.
Yep.
Well, I've
been referred to as a man myself. Many times over my life, I've been labeled as a man.
With those chesticles?
Yes, with these. See, the thing about chesticles is anybody can have them, you know. It's
Well,
like,
and Benny, you're bringing up another great fact. Do you know that the majority of gender affirming care in our country is provided to cisgender men? Because 50% of cisgender men suffer during puberty, suffer from gynecomastia, which is the development of excess breast tissue.
Yep.
Okay. Most of them grow out of it, but 35% of them do not. And they have to undergo gender affirming care because as men, they don't want to see themselves with breasts in the mirror. It's
Isn't the blue pill
same
gender
thing.
Isn't the blue pill gender affirming in some way because it makes their whole weenie look all whatever? I don't know.
Yes. If you attack gender affirming care, you're attacking Viagra.
That's the shit that they don't get. They're so dumb, they don't get it.
they don't get anything. All they get is their daily dose of angertainment, and that's all they need is their angertainment. They have nothing outside of that in their miserable fucking existences. Sorry.
Exactly.
Yeah, here's what I was trying to explain earlier. Tristan Snell said Elon Musk's purchase of Twitter was financed by borrowing money. He used his Tesla stock as collateral. If Tesla stock keeps crashing, the bank's creditors could repossess Twitter. That is why Elon is panicking and why he pushed Trump to do the disgusting White House car show. 100%.
I'm going to laugh my ass off if Putin co-signed.
I'm sure that it's them or the Saudis or who was it? The other one? There's China. Who knows?
Yeah. China and North Korea have been really quiet. And then it occurred to me, well, if Donald decided to invade Canada, well, guess who's right just across the ice from Canada is Russia and North Korea.
Yeah.
So really, Canada, we love you. And if you need people to help with your resistance to this freak of nature that we have going on down here, I'm here. Give me a call.
And I also was thinking, people are like, well, how did we get here? How did we get here? Blah, blah, blah. You know how we got here? The birther movement, the Tea Party. When Donald Trump came out and said, he wasn't born here. He's born in Africa. Well, guess who's actually born in Africa? And you're okay with him fucking rifling through all our shit.
And what's the difference between the two?
Oh, one's white, one's black. What do you know?
And you,
what do you know?
You white people lost your fucking minds because a black man actually became president and did a great job.
That's what freaked him out. That triggered this whole, that put him, that right there was enough to trigger it into motion. They were all set up for this. They had been setting us up for this for years. The minute Obama came into office, that just was just too damn much.
And
that freaked them the hell out.
And Michael Cohen said, Donald Trump said, watch this. And he put out an article or put out, told a fucking reporter that he thinks that Obama was born in Africa and he's sending people to Hawaii to search for his birth certificate. And guess what? We never saw hide nor hair of any of that bullshit. It was just a fucking big lie, another fucking big lie,
Yeah. And a bunch of people who wanted to believe it, believe.
And mainstream media picked it up, rolled with it, just like her emails. Again, another fucking lie, right?
Pizzagate, another fucking lie.
You believe
the lies don't stop.
No, and you believe
it was all projection.
You keep believing him. Wait, hold on. Hold on. You keep believing him with no fucking evidence. There hasn't been a fucking lick of any evidence of any of that shit, and you still believe him a decade fucking later. That's why.
However,
you're in a cult.
There's lots of evidence of what Donald Trump is. That's been buried under his fucking lies.
Yep. Because you're in a cult and you've been brainwashed. That's it.
It's all projection as well. I mean, this was them telling us kind of what they were going to do. They got a dude from Africa.
Yeah. You're fine with Elon getting all your Social Security money? Are you good with that?
Yeah. And then what did they do? What else? What was the other lie that you just stated? Everything
Pizzagate, birther movement, her emails.
Okay. Well, Trump, let me see. He's not been corresponding with Putin, has he? No, not at all. I don't think he wouldn't be.
No, only Russian talking points come out of his goddamn mouth every day. How about Russia? Russia was a hoax. No, it wasn't. How about fucking COVID-19 was a hoax? No, it wasn't. 1.2 million people died. 1.2 million people did not make it out of his first administration.
Yeah. Now measles is everywhere. It's really spreading pretty much. It's in California and it's in DC. It's spreading out of West Texas.
Tuberculosis, the bird flu, we're fucked.
So as a reminder, anyone out there, if you haven't had a Tdap in the last 10 years, go get your booster.
Yeah.
Yep.
The reason we have vaccines for this stuff.
Yeah. But mask up and wash your hands too, especially in public. The dude was on a plane.
And then got off and got on a bus.
Yeah. And measles is the most, isn't it the most contagious in the world, something like that, or one of the most contagious things in the world?
To contract, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I heard someone mention that literally, if you are currently infection or passing the infection of measles, you can literally walk into a room, cough once, and walk out, and 80% of the people that are in that room will have been exposed to measles.
Fuck.
That's how.
And that lasts for a long time after you walk out of the room too. It hangs around.
It hangs.
And it's on everything. It's on surfaces and everything. It spreads so easily.
That's why it's one of the first vaccines we developed as a country, because it was easy for us to develop a vaccine and get everybody vaccinated with it so that our population wasn't dying.
Yeah.
Same with polio.
And it's horrible. It's absolutely a horrible fucking disease. And what's his name? The bear cub fucking, the whale eating fucking head. What the fuck is his name? RFK Jr.
Kennedy.
Yeah, RFK Jr. is like, we should have measles party. Getting measles is better than getting the vaccine. It's better for you. Are you nuts? I'm sorry, and I hope our show doesn't get hit because we're talking about this. Because it seems like every time we talk about it, we get hit. But whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We need to advise people to take
this coming from a guy who ties whale heads to the front of his car.
No, it's the roof of his car, but yeah. And puts bags over his kid's head so they can breathe because there's whale juice flying in through the windows. You're disgusting.
I mean, the sheer fact that he doesn't understand that handling a carcass of any kind comes with severe consequences. The amount of things you can get from handling a carcass is insane.
Yeah,
now we know how he got the brain worm.
Yeah. Leaves a dead bear cub in fucking
I'm putting the
Central
American
Park.
Medical Association YouTube channel in the chat. It says AMA. And they have really good information. That was, I believe, it's Spiken's idea last time or a couple times ago when I was here, and we decided we should really, at least keep people as informed as possible. So there's the AMA website or YouTube channel.
Go subscribe to that and hit the notification bell, and then also sign up for the WHO newsletter. Just bear in mind, it will not provide you any information for what's going on in the United States because we're not providing them with any information. Yeah. The AMA is tracking this kind of stuff, and they can provide you with somewhat up-to-date information on it.
Yeah, and we're already hearing that, like in places like Africa and other places, because they quit USAID, that all these diseases are spiking everywhere, all these other places. And that's eventually going to come here, folks. So when
we're spreading it to them.
Yeah.
We're the diseased nipple on the ass of the world at the moment.
I'm talking like Ebola and stuff that we got rid of. And yeah. So, it's not good when you just tear everything down and you don't give two shits about how to, there is no fixing it. As Super Saint said, he wants to do everything his way. He wants to take all the goddamn money, and it's fucking Hitler 2.0.
So not only did he tokenize this young black kid for during the State of the Shit Show address, right? After defunding cancer research, he brings a young kid on who has survived cancer or is currently receiving treatment. I found out today they actually deported an American 10-year-old girl with cancer.
Brain cancer.
With brain cancer.
It's aggressive. Middle of the treatment.
But the children, you motherfuckers.
They don't care. They don't care.
And let's also look at the fact that he has fired more federal workers than immigrants deported.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or no, Elon has. Elon has fired them.
I was scrolling through and it says volunteers have recreated the old CDC website from before Trump took office. It's called restoredcdc.org. So it's RESTORED CDC.org.
Work it.
Yes, and also remember that there's an effort directly to kill people. So when you look at things that they're going to do next, what kills more people? Also, with this federal workers, they are there's a I think my daughter is doing it. There's a bunch of organizations getting together, and I'm not sure if any of them are this weekend, but there's not a lot of recourse if you're fired from a federal job. No. So, but it takes an act of Congress. Remember, this is only being done because there's not a Republican in Congress that is stopping Elon or Trump. In fact, they're helping him along, not making Elon go to that. What Diane was playing about the not going along with the Doge committee. Right. So none of this could happen without the absolute consent of Congress, because they could take on impeachment measures. They could order DOJ. They can have him. They didn't have to confirm his DOJ any of his people, but they have. They confirmed all of these nutbags to their offices. They have not demanded any kind of accountability. They have gone strictly along with. They're even blocking him in these committees, like was shown today. It's the complicity of the Republicans in our Congress. You guys, we got to get these bastards out of there because they're the only check we have against him right now. The courts are sort of holding. Do we have any news there, Diane?
What's that?
The courts.
I see here and there that, a judge said something against, but it's always, a judge said something about Elon has to show them all the proof. Well, guess what? It's already gone. Putin already has all of the information. You can't tell me any fucking different. It's too late. When he already took the information, it's too late.
Isn't it burn bags? He's got burn bags they're supposed to write.
They're burning bags of fucking information at the goddamn USAID. That was Tuesday. Burn bags and shredding going on. I mean, this is insane. I've not seen.
Donald Dinky. Dinky is in there raping our country with his friend Elon.
Yep.
Dinky in the drain.
They're stuffing everything they can in their pockets, and they're taking it right out of yours.
Yep. And MAGA is fucking towing the line for them, hook, line, and sinker. These fucking ignorant motherfuckers.
Yep.
Who never read a book in their life about anything. Porn mags.
Okay.
That's what they read.
Tony, I think you could get away with just playing the audio of this. So let's try it and see if we get smashed. It's on CNBC. Talk economics reporter goes off script on national TV. I'm going to say this at risk of my job, but what President Trump is doing is insane. So I think we can get away with playing the audio. I don't know. We'll see.
I'm going to say this at risk of my job, Kelly, but what President Trump is doing is insane. It is absolutely insane. It is about the 8th reason we've had for the tariffs. And now he's saying he's putting 50% tariffs on Canada unless they agree to become the 51st state. That is insane. There is just no other way of describing it. And the trouble, Kelly, is that it shows there are no bounds around President Trump. This is very different from the first administration, where there were people around him who seemed to, I don't know what the word is, but smooth over some of the edges now. And the other thing that's not talked about, Kelly, is what's going on within the administration in terms of how they're treating the Constitution and laws. I think all of that is bad for the attraction of capital. And the gentleman from Bridgewater is 100% right. We need massive amounts of capital if we want to fund our deficits, pay for the things we want to pay for, sell our bonds, and have high stock prices. And it seems as if this administration is doing everything it can to chase foreign capital away.
Well, and we could go into the strategy of the insanity as a strategy in terms of our trading
Insanity is not a strategy. I'm sorry.
Yeah, exactly. Insanity is not a fucking strategy. This motherfucker is extorting countries.
Mm-hmm.
You do what I say or else. Yep. Fucking mob mentality bullshit.
Yep. Super mobbed up. It's super mobby. So to add to the list of people they fired, of the 120, what was 128,000? I forget how many it was. I don't remember, but it was over 100. It was like 128,000 or something like that. You can add the 4,400 employees that are being kicked out of the fucking Department of Education. I don't want to hear you're crying. I don't want to see you crying. Donnie wasn't going to do this to me. Guess what? 880,000 children across this country will be affected because he's getting rid of the Department of Education. Pull your head out of your ass. I've had it with these people.
MAGA doesn't care if their children are educated or not. Let's just throw that out there. They don't give a fuck if their kids are dumb.
They will.
They're also the ones voting to allow for child labor again. So they just want to put their kids to work. They don't care if they get an education.
And
they want to put their kids to work so they don't have to work.
Yep.
And then they're going to put them in the church where the pastors can all diddle them.
Yep. And God knows how many of those kids are getting diddled right in their own fucking home.
It's fucked up. I've never seen such a fucked up situation. I 50 plus years of being on this fucking planet, I've never seen such fucked upness shit. And yeah, it's definitely Hitler's playbook, that's for sure. And I'm wondering what will break the camel's back? What will it be? Because I really feel like
the red line.
What is the red line that everybody's going to be like, nope, that's it. It's over. We're done with you.
My red line's about fucking 10 years back.
Yeah.
Yeah. For all of us, it is.
Yeah.
For all of them, it's a slightly different red line. It's when their Social Security and their Medicare care gets taken away and they're left eating cat food. It's them losing their jobs and not being able to find employment. So then they foreclose on their home. It's a different red line for all of them. But eventually, if things keep going this way, eventually they are all going to hit that red line. The sad thing is that we're prepared for it, right? We saw it coming. We know what to do to protect ourselves and to protect our families and to protect our communities. They are being swindled to the point where when that red line hits them, it is going to hit them like a ton of bricks. And they will not have a way to get out from underneath it.
And that's when the land grab happens, because they're waiting for people to foreclose on their homes. They're going to lose everything. They're going to foreclose on their homes. These banks are going to wipe them up, sell them at bargain basement prices to the highest bidder. They'll be auctioned off to these huge corporations. And then we'll have the same thing, how no one can afford housing. Well, it'll be worker housing. There'll be housing for breeding new workers and then for workers, but there won't be any other buildings that will be necessary. They're going to minimize government.
Like working for the company store.
Right. They're going to the soul of this country is going to owe their souls to the likes of Elon and all of these. And they have an oligarch plan to run the entire northern hemisphere so far. It's a global hope and wish of theirs to run the entire globe, but they're going to start with us, Canada, and stuff, because we have the
Greenland.
Because we have the freshwater resources and the mineral resources that they're looking for. That's it. That's what they want. That's what these oligarchs want. There's a handful of them.
This is my microphone.
And why is there one billionaire on the earth when there's a hungry child on the earth? I have no clue.
Exactly. Well, and let's not forget that it was Dinky who reversed. So when a house goes on the market, prior to Dinky, when a house went on the market, corporations could not do anything as far as try to purchase that home for 30 days. And Dinky did away with that. So as soon as a house goes on the market, a corporation can swoop in. They can pay, time and a half on it, 1.5 times on it, and bid the consumers out of the market.
Mark P., thank you for calling
Just another thing we have to thank him for.
Yep.
Hey,
Your mic
good
is low,
afternoon, everybody.
Diane.
My mic is low?
Yes. Yeah, it's off.
Yeah, we can't hear you.
Now nobody can hear me. Shit.
I can hear you, Diane.
Can't
hear you at all.
Nope.
Okay, but he can hear me because he's on the phone, but he can't hear me
Can
in
they
the
hear
chat.
I can hear you both now.
Okay.
Oh, now I can't hear you, Diane.
Oh my God.
Now both. Wicked.
Go ahead, Mark.
Should I take over as host? So, there's just too many things to really cover, but one thing I want to touch on is you were talking about just the spread of all the different sicknesses and illnesses that we thought we eradicated. There's this notion on the right that empathy is seen almost as a sin, as a weakness, that it makes people vulnerable. It causes I can't get into that mindset. It's that
they literally called it the sin of empathy. They've called it that.
Yeah.
What's that?
They call it the sin of empathy.
Yes. Well, also it's that notion
I don't
on the
either.
right. They're the party of me. If something doesn't affect me, I don't give a shit. If it doesn't affect a family member of mine, I don't give a shit. It's only, say, a parent finds out their child is actually gay. Oh, that's when they actually maybe rethink their
stance,
their feelings about about people who are gay or trans or whatever. But if it's nothing, if it doesn't affect a family member, someone they know, they don't give a shit. That's what the thing about also with just COVID was a, I guess it was a preview of what we're going to see this time around. There's going to be more.
Like it was a
rampant
test of empathy.
illnesses. We're already seeing deaths from measles.
Yeah. COVID was like a
bird
test of
flu.
empathy, wasn't it, Mark? It was like a big test of who's going to actually put on a mask to save the elderly or the child or some person who cannot be vaccinated. Who's going to save their neighbor by keep wearing the mask? Who's going to have that kind of
or who's going to keep social distancing, or who's going to keep from congregating in big crowds? That was one of the big pushes, like Easter. Yeah, Dinky was trying to get people back to church in April. It's so maddening.
it is, Mark.
But yeah, we're seeing it again, but it's going to be tenfold with all these other illnesses now running rampant. And we got an anti-vaxxer who's the HHS secretary. So we are really fucked.
Yeah. No, I think it's going to get worse because he's now in a very high position of power, but he's not a doctor. He doesn't know jack motherfucking shit about infectious diseases. But they villainized Dr. Fauci, who devoted his whole life to it.
He saved lives, yeah. Oh, and
upside
the
down
vaccine
world
being a personal choice. Bullshit. Vaccines not only to protect you, but to protect everyone around you, even people you don't know. And that's something that these fucking maggots can't get into their heads.
It's like there's a narcissistic, there's something between. There's narcissistic people, then there's everybody else.
That's why all the shrinks were fucking screaming at the top of their lungs in 2016, but all the news agencies wouldn't let them on TV. They would get bumped time and time and time again because they said if Donald Trump gets in, his narcissistic personality disorder will multiply through the community. It's contagious. It's like another disease.
Yes,
it is.
And
we've seen it.
Yeah, go ahead.
We're seeing it right in front of our very eyes, and it's
true. It's so true, Mark.
Yeah, it's so nuts. But anyway,
thank you, Mark.
Top of the second hour, I thought I'd kick off the phone calls. I know, who was it? Someone was asking for the number earlier. He can get out.
I'm not sure if it's posted up there. Let me put it in.
Excuse me if is it Gin of the Base? I'm fucking up your name. I don't know why I'm blanking. It's like being in front of the cameras, you're blanking on people's names. But I will yield back my time. Big Steph man, don't give me shit for saying that. But it's great talking with you all, and lovely Wizzy. I will chat with you later. Looking forward to that.
Bye, Mark. Thanks for calling.
Thank you, Mark.
Bye, Mark.
So Lawrence Tribe posted, the House just voted that each day for the remainder of the 119th Congress shall not constitute a calendar day for purposes of Section 202 of the National Emergencies Act. So a day is not a day. They don't want to count each day that they're in session. They just want to.
So they're not going to get paid then.
So he goes,
He shouldn't get paid anyway.
Lewis Carroll, George Orwell, and Franz Kafka must be chuckling or weeping. That's how he finished his post. But I'll tell you what. Yeah, a day is not a day. They don't want to count Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Every day that they're there is going to be one big day. I don't know. I don't get it. They're all high on fucking ketamine. I don't know.
Well, notice how the White House pill mill, that story just disappeared. Just disappeared because they're all fucking high on whatever the doc wants to give them up at the White House.
Oh, yeah.
They're high on their own supply.
Yeah. When is a year? I don't know, Kevin. I have no idea.
Okay, here's some good stuff, though. Cliff Cash is taking it to him. I love this. I'm laughing my ass off.
Yep.
Have you been watching him?
Yes.
You guys, he's hilarious.
yeah.
He's got that truck going, what is it? Johnny Loves Vladdy or something, or yeah. Oh my God. He's got his little, like a U-Haul truck with the sign on it going back and forth. They're really organizing. The people are starting to show up already in DC and all over the place. So they're just not putting it on the network TV.
No.
Yeah, of course they're not. That's why if you're going to be involved in any protests or anything like that, any form of resistance, please use your phone. Please record.
Yeah.
Please document, because our powers that be, our alleged free press, is not doing it.
Right. Gin up the bass. Thank you for calling. What's up?
What's happening, ladies?
How's
Great
it going?
to see you all. Benny, sending big hugs your way.
Thank you, honey. Right back at you.
So,
everybody.
Thank you. I wanted to talk about Gavin Newsom, and then I wanted to follow up on Spiken's thoughts on Bernie finding a younger leader. So, Gavin, he was, is, and always will be a phony. He's an opportunist. And the idea that Gavin was gushing that his 13-year-old son loves Charlie Kirk is disturbing.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And then I wanted to follow up on Spiken's thoughts again. And I would just say, aside from finding a younger leader to get behind, Bernie and Elizabeth Warren need to be mentoring large numbers of future leaders.
I agree. That's a great idea. 100%. Love it.
So, thanks, guys. Keep up the good work.
Thanks, Jen.
Thank you. Points taken. Yeah, there's a lot I haven't learned about Gavin. I did make a call about the trans issue to my governor because he is my governor. But he has also ordered California workers back to the workplace. He's done a few things that have been off the charts here the last few weeks, and I'm not digging it at all. So yeah, we need a Katie Porter or a Kamala Harris to be governor of California, and I wouldn't mind having Kamala Harris in. Katie Porter, I would love to have too. Katie Porter, I want her. God, I want her in the Treasury. I want her keeping track of our money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
She's the economist.
Let's not forget on the Gavin Newsom point.
Super
he
Saint.
was married to Kimberly Guilfoyle.
Oh my God.
He's been performative since then.
Super Saint, call number 2.
Gargoyle.
Yeah, Super Saint, call number 2. Go ahead, honey.
Well, I want to recommend that everybody make calls regarding Ukraine, because after 9/11, that is the only time that the NATO had enacted Article 5, where Ukraine came to our aid and they put boots on the ground for us. And we have got to support them, and we have got to make calls and let all the representatives, Republican and Democrats, know that we want support for Ukraine, and they need to put fire under the ass of Dickey's administration, that we want support for Ukraine, because if we do not support them, we are going to have boots on the ground, and that we need to follow suit with what we promised them. They gave up their nukes, and we made a promise that we were going to be there for them, and that we are turning our back on all of our allies, and that we demand that they stand up for our allies and not support our adversaries. We are aligning ourselves with the axis of evil, and we're basically being. I'm so mad. We need to make calls. I have to say that probably Ukraine.
I was just thinking, I wanted to finish your statement for you, and I'm like, we're being annexed from within.
Yeah.
Yeah. And not only that, but no one's going to trust us again. I mean,
right.
we've got to stand up for Ukraine. They are fighting for us.
So we got
For
some
freedom.
breaking news. I gotta hang up. Thank you, Super
Thank you.
Saint. I love you.
Thank you, Super Saint.
Moms Russo said New York governor just fired on-strike prisoner workers and barred them from any other state or local offices, meaning they can't go to a different state to get another job. And then
New York
Alyosha,
governor?
yeah, New York governor just
Oh.
fired on-strike prison workers. And Alyosha just said ABC News reports Dinky wants to invoke the Aliens Enemies Act tonight.
Yes.
What
yes,
the
he
fuck
does.
is the Aliens Enemies Act?
It basically gives him the authority to round up anyone who is not an American citizen or anyone he perceives to be a threat to the United States.
Yeah, it could be any of us. Alien and Sedition Act.
Yes.
But let's not forget
Aliens and Sedition Act.
when Donald Trump held up that upside down Bible, all of those thugs that were there were correctional officers.
Yes.
Yeah.
They weren't
Yeah, and
police officers, they were correctional officers.
There's not much of it.
Maybe there's a motive to the governor's madness.
How can we know?
I don't know.
Unless they come out and say, we don't know.
And then I just read this. Guns don't shoot people, dogs do. A dog accidentally shoots owner after getting paw stuck in trigger guard, Memphis police say. The gun fired after the dog's paw got stuck in the trigger guard. Police said the victim was relaxing on his bed with a female friend when he was shot.
Think I'm gonna barf.
Let's
Why
leave
do
our
you have
loaded weapon laying around, shall we?
Oh my God, you people are dumb.
I love God.
Morbius. To accept, press 1.
Morbius, thank you for calling
Do
in.
I want to laugh? I don't want to laugh. Lord help me, I don't want to laugh.
It's not funny.
Hello.
It's not.
Hi, Morbius, go ahead.
What did I miss that was funny?
That a dog accidentally shoots his owner after getting paw stuck in trigger guard in Memphis. Yeah, the victim was relaxing on his bed with a female friend when he was shot.
Good for the dog. Any homosexual that gets shot by his own pet or his own weapon is awesome for me. I love that.
I know.
If that doesn't teach him to put his gun away, nothing will.
That's fucking brilliant. That is, yeah. Yeah, there's just so much shit going on a day-to-day basis. Like, I don't even know where to fucking start. I just got out of a meeting that was scheduled for a half hour, so of course it went for an hour and a half. And by the way, I've been told recently that any legal advice that I do give in my day-to-day job, in my actual job, I was told I have to make certain that no one has hit record in Teams. And I'm like, well, wait a minute. Why are you scared that someone's going to record the legal advice that I give them? My legal advice isn't going to change. And then the response came back that legal advice is changing on a day-to-day basis now in the U.S. So
wow,
keep that kind of
You are a
craziness in
disgusting
mind.
lawyer. Period.
Yes, I am, and it's nutty what's happening out there. I've often said that what Doge has already, has already tried to do is completely illegal, and I can name at least 15 different laws that they broke, CCPA, CPRA, all those, and going after your private data, and everyone seems to be like, well, who cares? The government already has your data. But you voluntarily gave your data to the government. You didn't consent to anyone else getting that data. And when they get that data, who knows what controls they have around it? Who knows how they're, passing it on to other entities? And that's going to be a big thing in the next 3 years. We're going to see how much that comes through. Now, believe me, I'm voting for cholesterol. I'm hoping cholesterol comes through for me, before the next 3 years are up. But then we're just going to have to deal with a dipshit couch fucker.
Yeah.
Yes. And Mike Johnson.
Yeah, well, you know, he's
Micro.
going to go. He's going to follow the flow wherever it goes. Like he
he's third
has
in
no
line. He's
spine to
next in
speak of
line.
whatsoever. That's why he can, you know, flow so easily.
Well, Micro will be like third, and so because Micro would be the vice president if the president's incapacitated and the vice president takes over. I'm not sure if they. I think they might have to put Micro Johnson there. And then what happens? Do they make Elon Musk the freaking Speaker of the House?
Okay.
Who knows? I mean, they could vote him in. I mean, it doesn't need to be anybody that's in the House or the Senate.
I want
He'll be the
proof
Speaker
of
the House.
citizenship. I want proof of citizenship from that motherfucker.
Yeah, that's going to go away.
Yeah.
You don't
That's
have to
gonna
be a
go away.
citizen to be in the House of Representatives.
The third session is going to go away. The third term is going to go away. And when they make those things go away, that's when we have to really remind them of how old this fucker is.
Natural born
That was
citizen.
that was their whole campaign before, is that, like, you know, Biden's too old. Well, this fucker's only 2 years younger. Like, let's get this orange asshole out of there, because he doesn't need to be there, and he's too fucking old. Calling him Don Old is a good start, but the Democrats really need to come up with a unified attack, a unified, like, this is what we're going to call everybody. And I liked what we started to do for a while there, when we started to say, you know, President Musk instead of President Trump. That was great. I like that.
We need to continue that.
Don't hit it.
No, I'm not. Sorry, that's my garbage can's right behind me. Sorry, I was just parallel parking into my spot here. Yeah, we really need to, like, you know, come up with something and stick with that. Now, what I loved about this week, and one of the biggest positive things about this week, I'm always looking for something positive now, because the rest of it is just, holy fuck, I'm just going to go bury my head in the sand otherwise. The positive thing I found this week is that Pete Buttigieg specifically said he was not going to go for the Senate seat in Michigan.
Oh, he's not.
What I love about that is that means that he's lining up a run at 2028.
Yes.
And I would be so happy with that. I've always said, you know, and how great would that be for me if he flipped the script on everybody and he said, well, my running mate's going to be Kamala Harris. I would love that.
Fuck yeah. I would love it too.
That would be awesome. But thank you for having me on, and everybody donate as much as you can to all the causes that you can, especially Penny Loco. She's amazing. She's a wonderful human being.
Thank you, Morpheus. I almost slipped out.
Thank you.
I almost called you Benny.
Morbius, we love it when you call. So
danger, 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 danger.
We love it when you call, Morbius. Thank you.
Enjoy. You guys have a great day. I'm gonna listen off and on for the rest of it once I'm done hitting my trash can.
Okay, cool.
Cheers.
Bye. Yeah, that's
Slam dunkage.
Gotta, like, it's changing on a daily basis. You don't know what the fuck the law is
I
gonna be.
could totally go for that, Pete and Kamala. I
could too.
I so could.
What's
Two
that?
brilliant minds that would work brilliant together.
Oh yeah, Pete and Kamala. Yeah.
Yep.
Well, see, my husband says a gay and a woman. And see, that's the thing, that you're not going to bring anybody over from the other side.
We're not even getting any.
We're not one vote. I don't care.
It doesn't matter,
It's 20%
but
of the
because
fucking
they're
voting
outnumbered.
population.
They're outnumbered. You don't need any fucking buddy from the other side.
Yeah.
Okay? We need everybody to go out and fucking vote.
Yes. And for their vote to lawfully be counted as well.
Of course.
That's what I'm a little nervous about, because they've figured out how to do it. Now what? We need a national audit of our voting systems before the next election, and we're not going to get one.
No.
So we need to really be on there. We need to be working in these places. We need to be doing our own little math. We need to follow up on our votes and make sure they were counted.
Yeah.
Everybody needs to call. I don't care who you are, how secure you think your vote is. We'll find, I'm sure that there will be some hotlines to make sure that your vote was counted. We need to make sure, because so many people are coming now after the fact saying, well, I called and, I found out my vote really wasn't counted. This is months after the damn election. Do it that, either walk it straight in, make sure and still call, even if you walked it in, because they're purging votes.
Yeah,
we need a receipt system, I think. A receipt for our vote.
Yeah, because mine just said it was received. It never said it was counted.
Mine said received and counted.
Mine just said received.
And most states don't even give you the option to be able to determine whether or not it was received, let alone whether or not it was counted.
Right. And the winner take all bullshit in these states where they've got, like I think it's Florida, where if they've got 25 districts in the state, all they need is, what is it, half of 25? Shit, I can't even think of half of 25. If they've got 13 districts that vote, and all of the districts go. If they got 13 delegates, 13 electoral votes, then all 25 go to the presidential race. The other 11 votes, or the other 11 delegates, the other 11 electoral votes don't get counted towards who they voted for. They get shuffled underneath the majority. It's just like when they did it in the House. They have it still going on. Only a majority of the majority party is allowed to vote on whether or not to bring a vote to the floor. That's how they got it set up in the House of Representatives. Their rules of the Republican side that's their rules. So a majority of their caucus has to agree to bring a floor vote, or it won't happen.
So Nina 333 in the chat said that they vote in person, and we know from what Greg Palast has shown us that even if you vote in person, it does not necessarily mean that your vote was counted, because they do purge those votes as well. For whatever reason they will purge those votes.
And when you purge 4.7 million people of their votes, or their voter off the voter rolls or whatever, that's an election right there. That's how he won. It's because 4.7 million people were purged from voter rolls. That's fucking
They were
outrageous.
purged or somehow disqualified, or maybe lost in a drain ditch somewhere, or burned up in a voting thingy, the little drop
And that doesn't even
boxes.
count the 80,000 or 90,000 of Democrats that didn't vote. That's such bullshit. We know they all went out and voted. We know they did. The lines were so long. Everybody's like, I can't wait to vote. You know what I mean? Like, people were just like so excited and so excited to vote for Kamala, and the momentum was there, and we totally thought she was going to win. And then 4 hours after the elections closed, all the elections closed, Elon knows Dinky won. Give me a fucking break. When it was like been 2 weeks, sometimes we didn't find out who goddamn won the election. Fuck.
And then when Democrats all wanted to vote early, they went through all the early voting and purged. Also, you don't even think that when you did mail-in that what's his name, DeJoy didn't have something to do with slowing some of those votes down. It's just all they had to do is skim a little bit off of each metric, just a few million off of this, or a few 100,000 here, a few 100,000 there, and
I think it's like
over.
200 votes in each county in the United States. If you can change or get rid of 200 votes in each county, it's something, a really fucking low number like that.
It's insane.
Yeah. No, we know that there was fuckery. I don't believe it. I don't believe it for one fucking second that he didn't cheat in this fucking election when he cheated in 2016. He cheated in 2020, and you're gonna tell me he didn't cheat this fucking time when he's been cheating his whole fucking life? Like, I'll never fucking believe it. Not for one second.
Cheated with Hinky's money at that, you know?
Yeah.
Because again, that's what won him this presidency. It wasn't his voters. It wasn't that we didn't do a good enough job. It was because he was backed by the second wealthiest man in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he used that money to get him elected.
And I'm going to tell
And
you
that
guys,
was all backed by.
I have a
Scissor.
theory. I have a big theory. I don't think Elon is as rich. Everybody says he's the richest man in the world. There's this big myth, just like the big myth, like about Donnie, because you can't bankrupt 6 fucking goddamn casinos and have any money. No banks will loan you any money, so he had to get money from Russia. I'm telling you, these guys are both wholly owned subsidiaries of goddamn Vladimir Putin, and he's not rich. Vladimir
Elon
Putin,
speaks fluent Russian.
Vladimir Putin is the richest man in the world. We all fucking know that. So quit goddamn saying that Elon Musk is. Elon Musk is a titty baby little brat who probably
That's why I said
spent
second
all his
wealthiest.
parents' money. Spent all his parents' money. Just like Dinky did, because he fucked up and everything he's touched. Everything he's touched has failed. Just like Dinky.
I'm talking titty baby city.
Yeah, titty baby city. What did what's his name? Cliff Cash said he's got soft hands and
Oh my God, he's so funny.
oh
and
god.
Shit, I
what's
laugh
Cliff
my ass off at
Cash's
him.
Drop. I love that drop. Cliff Cash is like
Calls him all kinds of, just does this whole
like a
litany.
silver spoon, soft-handed.
Elon Musk is an unelected, unapproved, South African, ketamine-addicted, doughy white, ghost pale, soft-handed, silver spoon pussy with no legal right to view any of this shit.
He's so good. I like that.
What cracks me up about that drop is his voice cracks when he says pussy. Play it again. It cracks me up every time I hear it.
Elon Musk is an unelected, unapproved, South African, ketamine-addicted, doughy white, ghost pale, soft-handed, silver spoon pussy with no legal right to view any of this shit.
See.
Pussy. Yeah, that's exactly what he is. And stop giving him government contracts. He didn't deserve one of them to begin with. Not one of them.
Well, he hasn't those contracts instead.
He hasn't fulfilled his contracts as well. Usually, if a government contractor does not fulfill the obligations of the contract, that contract is taken away.
Negated, yep.
So why does he still have government contracts? And if they, I mean, come on, if they really want to cut government spending, let's take away the $8 million a day that Elon Musk gets from taxpayers.
Yeah.
That's a real easy way to find a lot of, fraud, waste, and abuse.
We have a Congress. It's called the people know how to handle their own books. It's called the Congress. That's the people. And guess who's not doing that? We had regulatory agencies making sure. We had oversight agencies. All of those are gone. They got rid of those. No, it was never their intent to do any of it. Remember, we just have Vladimir Putin in the White House. And he's also infiltrated our Congress and has gotten a hold of half of, or at least a third of our courts. This is a fight for our lives, literally. A fight for our lives, because they're trying to take over and they're doing it with the complicity of elected officials of this country who need to be run out on a damn rail.
Yeah.
Yep.
For their treachery.
Yeah. And thrown in prison as far as I'm concerned. I mean, there's so
Leavenworth.
many, as Morbius was saying, I can count 15 crimes alone that Doggy Doge did. Okay. Easily 15 crimes. The first, 24 hours of Dinky's second administration, he broke 10 fucking laws. I mean, there was, and it's on a daily, hourly basis now.
JD Vance's cousin is fighting in Ukraine. And JD Vance wants to fuck Ukraine over in the White House like that. Slava Ukraine. And Geroyam Slava. I don't know Ukrainian, but I know those words. And
Well,
I'll
he,
be
he
damned.
might have as much compassion for his family member as Dinky had for his nephew.
Well, none of them has it. None. They're all sociopaths. There's nothing.
Yep.
There's nothing home. Nobody's home. Yeah.
I can't.
So
Your poll numbers are as small as your dick. I just got tingly inside. Your poll numbers are as small as your dick. I just got tingly inside.
we got to support the veterans. The veterans are marching. Do we have announcements on that? I mean, there's people already showing up.
They're already there. They're showing up. They're going to be, it's all this weekend. They're going to be
Start tomorrow.
Protesting in
God,
DC.
I wish I could be there. I just wish I could be at one of these protests. I don't even have a way to get to my own state's capital.
Yeah.
Never mind one clear across the fucking country.
Well, so again, tomorrow I do believe is another one of the 50 state capitol protests in conjunction with what the veterans are doing in DC. So there are veterans protests at every state capitol tomorrow, as well as in DC. So Christina Weibel, where did it go? Christina Weibel asked who, and I hope I'm pronouncing your last name correctly. Who's the right-wing bitch who said we should be kissing Dinky's feet? Yeah, that was Elena Haba. Haba, by the way.
Yeah,
God,
Elena
that
Haba.
fucking
Haba, Taco penis.
The parking garage lawyer, really?
Yeah.
Who looks like Melania more and more every day. It's sad.
Bob and Haba Taco penis is how I call them.
But again, that just kind of goes to show you just how scared they are. If she's coming out saying we need to be kissing his feet, evidently their message is not penetrating the MAGA cult. If they've got to keep coming out and saying that type of thing.
Yes.
Call from Jenny Faye Muppet. To accept, press 1.
Jenny Faye Muppet is on the phone. Go ahead, Jenny.
Hey, how are you, ladies?
Good. How are you? Go ahead.
Hey, Jenny Faye.
Hey, Benny. Hey, it's so good to see you, and I'm glad you're here. I wanted to cheer you up. I went to the Ladies' March last weekend here in Indianapolis. We might go to the one tomorrow. Hubby's is a veteran, but he's having a root canal tomorrow morning. So, not sure if we'll make, so we'll see. When he gets done, we have a poster made. If he's numb, I'm just going to drag him and we're going to go anyway. But I went to the ladies' one last weekend here in Indianapolis, and the Shout of No Kings is at the very beginning of a Midas Touch video from here in Indianapolis. So I sent that to the 21st Century Suffragettes Blue Sky email. So if you guys find that, look that up, and it's great. And I also tagged you guys in some pictures, which were hilarious. There were some fun pictures of Putin giving it to Elon, giving it to Dinky. Like, it was such a great time. Great time. It was good to be around that many blue dots here in Indy. So
yeah, I
just thought I'd give you a little bit of a smile and cheer you up for a a bit, and I'll go for you in spirit, Benny, and scream your name.
Yeah, I'm seeing.
Excellent.
Did you send it recently, or did you send it a little while ago, Jenny?
I sent it what night was the Brian thing? Monday night, I think.
Let me go.
I like that poster that said, "Does this ass make my country look small?"
Yeah, just this ass make my country look small. Yeah, that's a great picture.
Oh, there were so many great signs, and it was just so nice to see that many blue dots, especially here in Indiana. You feel pretty lonely sometimes when you are one of very few, but there are enough of us that when you gather us together, it just feels great. So
makes a hell of a crowd.
We actually, we're going to show
crowd.
them, and I agree with Cliff Cash that we need to literally freak them out with the numbers that they are way outnumbered.
Once they see us in mass, they're going to shit their fucking pants.
Yeah, that's why I'm excited to go to the one tomorrow, and I hope hubby feels okay enough for me to drag him around, even if we just go for a little bit. We don't have to stay the whole day, but just for maybe one trip around.
Gratitude for his service, by the way.
Absolutely.
Thank you. Thank you. And my son's in the Army right now, serving down in Fort Campbell. So, I mean, I've got a son in the service and a veteran husband. And he currently works for the post office. So I'm telling you, we're like right in the thick of just holding our breath here. But we're, I clean houses for rich people. It's fine. My job's not going anywhere. People will be lazy and lazy and lazy, and that's where I come in. So it's fine.
Yeah.
But
well,
I wanted to just draw your attention to those, and I hope you can get a little kick out of it. The Midas Touch video had the very beginning of the Midas Touch video was the Indy march, and in their chants, there was chanting of no kings. Now, the video that I have, we were chanting just to show us what democracy looks like. So, but I've got a long video, and you can see quite a long line of people in my video compared to just the little snippet that Midas Touch showed on their news story. So, but anyway,
you made
to give you that and give you hello and hello and love to all the ladies and all the suffragettes and gents in the chat. So,
thank you, Jenny.
Thank you. Pork chops.
Thanks, sweetie.
Thank you, Jenny.
Good night, guys.
Every time I get that picture of that human centipede that Dinky and his whole fucking band of merry misfits are, it's I take great pleasure in that. If there's a cartoonist out there, please make that a visual for me.
Think I'm gonna barf. I'm sorry, Jenny. I'm not seeing it. I'm seeing from the Women's March in LA, but nothing from Indianapolis. And I'm not seeing your name in. Yeah. So
are they in DM? Maybe.
Oh, she could be on Blue Sky. I thought she said she sent it. She emailed it though.
No, she emailed it to Blue Sky, or she might have just DM'd you at Blue Sky. I know I did.
Blue skies.
I learned how.
I learned
how.
Skies.
I learned how. I learned how. Finally.
Yeah.
Thank you for calling, Jenny Faye.
Thank you for calling. Yes.
You did make me smile.
Here's a little snippet of the beginning.
I
of
got the
Midas
human
Touch.
centipede, and it's like Dinky and Putin are the end of the chain, and then they have the rest of everybody else. It's Dinky, then it's Putin, and it's Felonia, and so on and so forth, right on down the line, all stuck together in a big ring of disease.
Yeah, with little white hats on, little pointy white hats on. So your centipede needs to have little pointy white hats on it.
Yeah.
Yes. I just looked in the Blue Sky. She sent me the clip from Midas Touch, but she didn't send me any of the other stuff. So go ahead and send that, Jenny. So
I did send things to Blue Sky, by the way. I really learned how, Diane. I swear to God, I learned how, but I forgot to tell you that I did.
I'm trying. I really am trying.
Believe me, I see it all. I see it. Okay. Kathy's in is our official. What'd you call her, Spy Kid?
Content farmer.
She's our content farmer.
Content farmer.
She's absolutely our content farmer. She sends me so many notifications every day. Oh my God. It's massive.
Content farmer.
I really like that.
I do too.
Did you come up with that yourself, Spiken? Because you're very clever.
I can't take credit for it. I'm certain I've heard it. Some other content creator giving praise to their content farmer.
Well, thank you for bringing it over here to our farm.
It just tickled me. I picture how
You're a little holler out there, lady. Picking up and shovel.
Digging everything up, making sure it's fresh and new and ready to go.
There you go. Hey, yeah. Oh, shit.
So I do want to, before we have like 20 minutes left. So I do
Wow,
want
that
to
went
give,
fast.
I want to give a shout out to Boston Brian, to the Angry Ginger, who have been also helping us spread the word about Benny. And Benny put out a really nice thank you video. Benny, why don't you update on everybody on like what's going on and share what you feel comfortable sharing?
It's just so ugly and, daunting. And I don't want to feel like I'm complaining. But, my husband has an infection that they're not being successful at treating. And he already lost his one leg due to an infection. And it's just not looking good, and it's a big adjustment to make in life. I can only imagine how he feels about what's happening to him.
Mm-hmm.
And I can hear how what's happening to him affects him. Constantly, he's in constant pain. He's constantly battling this infection since October when they did an amputation on his pinky toe. That's where it started. And it never healed. It just got worse. And now he's got a super bug. He's having a hard time taking the antibiotics. They're making him violently ill, which makes it extra challenging. So that's what's going on. I have to be his muscles right now. And you guys are my muscles. You're going to help me get up and down that hill to the hospital because he's going to have to be in a facility to be cared for properly. He needs a PICC line of antibiotics. He needs to be around qualified staff. And I'm not qualified. So everybody in the community who supports us, supports this channel, supports our democracy, supports the love that it takes to be a good community. I can't thank you enough. I can't thank you enough. The outreach has been very humbling for me. And I never wanted everybody to know who I was on YouTube.
You're famous. I keep telling her she's famous. She won't listen.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure the community is happy to help you, Miss Vinnie Loco, and of course, we're going to work on trying to make it more. I don't know. There's maybe some services we can figure out, but until then, you're in a pinch, and we've all would love to help you. You do a lot. You are a legend. Kind of, you know what I mean? You are
I
a
don't
legend.
want to be a legend. I just want to be on the bottom of YouTube.
But most people who are legends don't start off trying to be a legend. They just
That's
are
it.
because of who they are. Just like our Benny Loco.
But
Yep,
thank
and you brought us
thank
all.
you, everybody for everything that you do and have done to keep us all lifted. We're all here to take care of each other.
Yes, thank you, community.
That's
Yeah.
what we do. Mhm.
Yes.
Yeah.
We're all born to the same beat.
Yeah.
The beat of the heart.
Yep.
Big hugs.
Yep. Benny's in
everyone.
California, you guys. That's where she's from. She's in California. Well, you're not from there, but that's where you live now.
Extra one.
She's
I know
a
you like the
Jersey
little
girl.
heartsies.
She started on the East Coast.
They're adorable. I'm almost a little jealous. Mine would be shiny if I could do
I know,
it.
she was shiny hearts. Yep.
It's
Sparkly hearts.
like diamond-y shiny is sparkly.
I know.
Okay.
So,
You know how much I love shiny.
well,
Of course.
And of course, the chat is going crazy for you right now, Benny. They all love you so much, and we all do.
I see you over there on the chat on my TV, but I can't read it because you're so far away from me.
All right. Kathy's calling in. Go ahead, Kathy.
Yeah, I heard you talking about me.
Were your ears ringing?
But first of all, I want to
Happy
send love
farmer.
and light to Benny Loco and her husband. And Benny, just know, I was telling Diane the other night, it's like the Beatles say, in the end, the love you take is equal to the love you make. And just know
That's right.
that this is your turn to receive our love to you. Okay?
Yeah.
And hello, everybody. I just wanted to very quickly say, and I'm sorry if I missed it because I've been working and I've had to make calls and stuff, but the whole peace talk thing that's going on with Ukraine.
No.
I think the thing is that I don't care what agreement they come up with. Putin is just going to trash it. It does. I mean, you already know Putin's intentions because the day they announced that they had an agreement, he bombed Kiev.
Yes.
So, you
Yep.
know, it's,
Hitler
the
did
minute
it.
they
Hitler-
said, oh,
Okay. You
No, I
can't
didn't
both
wanna
stop.
talk
Sorry.
No, I'm agreeing.
Elizabeth
I'm just like,
said
people-
she thinks Hitler did this. Yeah.
Yes, he did it.
Yeah.
He did an anti-Comintern pact, an anti-communist pact with Japan. They were going to split the United States down the. Japan was going to keep everything west of the Rockies, and Hitler was going to keep everything east of the Rockies. That was their anti-Comintern pact with Japan. They made the same anti-Comintern pact with Austria, with every other country they invaded. He made some kind of pact first, and then he invaded them.
And we know that he
Right.
has disregarded every contract or everything he's ever signed, turns around and reneges on it right away. You know what I mean? Like just totally.
Absolutely.
Yeah, and he does it every fucking time. He's never kept to any of his words. He's never done that. So what makes you think he's gonna do it now? It's just like dinky cheating.
He's a fucking criminal. He's
I know.
not going to keep his
Yes.
word.
I know.
No, he won't. And the thing is that I think because people point out that Rubio was supportive of us backing Ukraine before he went nuts. And I have to wonder if, because behind closed doors, you know, when he's over there, Trump doesn't know what he's saying at that table. He has no idea. And I think that Rubio actually I'm giving him the benefit of the doubt, and maybe I shouldn't, but I'm just saying that Rubio has had his sympathies towards Ukraine in the past. Everything coming out of there, I don't know what it is with this minerals thing. But because as somebody said, yeah, Trump wants control of the minerals of Ukraine so he can hand it over to Putin. I mean, you know, it's just, the whole thing's so stupid. But it doesn't, but my point being, it doesn't matter how much good faith there was on the part of Rubio or on the part of Zelensky. And even if they came up with a fantastic deal, it isn't going to matter because in the end, Putin's not going to, Putin just wants Zelensky to go away and he can just walk into Kiev and take it over, and that's the end of it. But as has been pointed out by Philip Bittner and others, it's like, yeah, and then your next step is to take the Baltics, and then after those little Baltic countries,
Poland.
Estonia and all them,
Yep.
yeah, Tallinn and all that, and then you want Poland. And it is no surprise to me that Poland is asking for nuclear weapons. Doesn't surprise me in the least.
No, not at
Because
all.
they know what's coming. And I also thought it was great because Lech Walesa came out and said that he just thought what Putin was doing to Ukraine was absolutely horrible. And back
Does
when I was in college,
Sorry.
when I was in college,
But
that was
does
when
I just have to say
Poland,
this real quick, honey.
when, like,
Go ahead. Hold on. Go ahead, Benny.
no, I'm sorry.
I just got to say this real quick. Does anybody in power on our side globally know what a preemptive strike is?
Mm-hmm.
You know, what?
I know that
why
might have
are
to
we
be against
waiting
us.
Why are we waiting for the train to derail
Why? Yeah, really, because
globally?
we
Why
theoretically
the fuck are we putting up with this globally?
we're not. They're arming against us. They're preparing because
Listen, I get that, Elizabeth, but we are part of NATO, and this is bullshit. These
We weren't invited.
motherfuckers are bullying every fucking buddy.
Yeah.
And I'm sick of it.
There's like 5 dudes. Putin,
we weren't invited. Yeah.
Putin, Xi, Kim Jong Un, Dinky, and Netanyahu. Let's just say that they're the 5 worst. You got
Or the
Orban, Bolsonaro. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Okay, but okay.
The Iranian.
Didn't I just
Iran.
say? What did
You
I
got to
just
cut
say?
the head off the snake before the body stops fucking wiggling.
Well, the thing is that Iran can't do anything without Russia. So they're not. You see what I mean? Like, so you got Putin, Xi, Kim Jong Un, who the fuck did I say? Netanyahu and Dinky. You got 5 assholes ruining the whole fucking world. Along with, you couldn't put Elon on that fucking list, but he's not.
Oh, yeah.
He's
At
not,
our Republican Congress, because
but
they
he's
wouldn't
not-
be able to
he's
do
not
it.
ahead of
Would
a
be out of the
country.
game.
There's so many people who are it's just
Our
the snake
Republicans.
gets thinner as you go down to
yelling
the
over each
tail.
other.
It's our
And that's what,
Republican.
that's what we're dealing with.
So it's our Republican Congress. Dinky and Elon. Those 2 of them would be out today. If our Republicans in our Congress would end them, could end them today.
Yep. They won't do it.
Impeach, remove that fast.
Putin could
They're
end
going
the
to do
war.
everything they can to fuck with the votes in
Yeah, and
2026.
Putin
Don't
can end the
kid
war by
yourself.
leaving.
They've done it since 2016 for this motherfucker, and they haven't stopped since.
Yep.
They fucking fuck with the numbers on everything. It's like fudging the books.
Yeah, and
Fuzzy math.
they are owned. They are owned. They have compromat. Look at all the guys who are in his administration, who beat women, who drink too much, who do all these fucking drugs. They're all fucked up. They're like child sex trafficking ring with the fucking Tate brothers and fucking Matt Gaetz. They're all horrible, horrible people.
The worst.
Yeah, there was another, he was, I can't remember his name, but he was a preacher. He was part of that circle of preachers that was counseling Trump in his first term. Just got busted, got caught with a 12-year-old boy.
Oh, a boy? I thought it was a 12-year-old girl. The one from
was it?
Texas, the bit mega church
Gateway.
guy.
Yeah,
There's-
he was
yeah.
a mega church guy. Yeah, was
Gateway.
it Gateway Mega Church?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just read it a little bit ago, but I know you've been working on it now.
Yeah.
So we did cover
Yeah,
it earlier.
Robert Morris.
Yep. It was a 12-year-old girl. Well, that's what it said in the
Robert
article that I saw. Hell, I wouldn't be surprised if it was either
It
or.
doesn't matter if it's a little boy or a little girl. These motherfuckers got no business putting their hands on children.
Children.
Period.
Yeah,
Period.
yes, Diane, that's correct. It was a 12-year. She was 12 at the time, and he was 21.
Yeah.
And they're finally nailing. But why do I think Trump will turn
But
around
guess
and pardon
what?
him?
Once you
because
do this stuff, once a pedophile, always a pedophile. You don't stop doing it because
Yep.
you get older.
Yep.
Nope.
Oh, I know. There's probably more than her too. I would
yeah.
bet on it.
Well, let's wait for the string of little girls coming out after her, right?
Yep.
Who was that
Yep.
guy that I forget where he's from, but he showed up to vote in, I think it was Texas, on a horse, and he would go to the malls and he would harass little girls in the fucking malls.
Was that the guy from Georgia?
I don't think it was
There's so many of them.
I think it was Arkansas or
Was
some
it-
shit.
Roy. Oh God.
Yeah.
He was the guy that ran against Warnock, I think.
Yeah, Roy.
Oh God, his last name.
It's not Chip Roy. It's
No.
Too many
Chip
fucking
Roy.
names
That's
for me
somebody
to
different.
remember.
Oh, what the hell?
yeah,
Roy Moore from Alabama.
Alabama. Chin up the base. Got it. Yep.
Yeah.
And
We
you
need-
know,
we need
for,
to have
for
like
everyone that they bust,
ding,
there's
you
like
got
Yeah,
fucking
and
20
everybody
more right
and
behind
everybody
them.
in town, told their daughters, if you see him at the mall, get the fuck away from him.
Yeah,
He's a
everybody
fucking
knew it,
freak.
and nobody would do
Yes.
anything about it.
Yeah, because he was rich and powerful, and he said, "Go ahead and try and take me down. I'll fuck you over." Because that's what they all say. It's all out of fear, and I love the fact. I just saw Letitia James. She just did a video, and she said, "I don't." You know, she said the Democratic attorney generals across the country are all getting together, and they're all talking about what they can do. Because she said none of what's going on is legal, and we know it, and we're going to find a way to combat it. So, you know,
She's not even in office legally.
And she's got
I
a
watched-
target on her back from Trump, and he is just
Of course she
relentless,
does.
and she's got death threat. And, you know, I'm just so proud of her. She's like, I don't care. You still broke the law. You are still breaking the law.
Yep.
And we're
And
going
she-
to
but
get
she
together.
didn't
We're
get
putting our
any-
legal minds
she
together
didn't
about
get any
exactly
tone
what
at
we can
all
do about
it,
it.
though.
What was that,
She
Benny?
was very cool, calm, and collected in that in that meeting this morning.
My problem with
Yeah.
all of this, my problem with all of it is, yeah, he's breaking the law, but the courts take too fucking long.
We need a cop that's going to
I
actually
know.
give a shit.
You need you
Yeah.
and who's
Yeah.
gonna do it? You think Cash Patel's gonna fucking stop him? No. No fucking way.
Cash, but
It's going to have to be on the
Cash
state level.
Patel's
That they-
organizing
that
a
he can-
wrestling match.
It'll have to be on the state level where he can't pardon his way out of it. But also,
Yeah.
it's getting time for it's 3:59, and I think it's getting that time.
Yeah.
I know I've got to.
Yeah, Kathy,
Oh, yeah.
we're gonna let you
Yeah.
go. It's the end of the show.
Oh, that's
so.
okay. Yeah, but thanks,
Thank you,
guys.
Kathy.
Take care, Benny Loco. Take care, everybody.
you,
Love you
Kathy.
guys, and we'll talk soon.
Love you, honey.
Thank you. So, yeah, I think, you know, I don't know what to say because I don't know. I don't see a lot of hope.
I'll start my goodbyes. Let's
Go
have hope
ahead.
in our people. Let's have hope in our people. We've got a lovely crowd here. We've had a lovely crowd in our chat. We have a lot of people who are following us. We are getting our message out, and that is becoming exponentially. It's getting out there. We're bringing other people into the fold, and our movement is growing. It's growing.
Yep.
Also, there's lots of we have all of those protests coming up, including this weekend. We have people are just becoming more aware. Let's have faith in ourselves and in our democracy and the truth. And then we need to also be vigilant, but we also need to keep informed, and we need to not fight amongst ourselves. I know I got grumpy like last week or this week, and I was just like, and I had to really back up and stop myself from getting grumpy. So I really did. And so, guys, be patient with one another. We're all under stress. I also want to leave by thanking everyone. Thank you, all of our mods and our viewers. I want to thank our tech staff, Tony and all of our lab eggs, and all my
Panelists.
co-panelists, whatever, my chicks, my girls, and everyone come in. So and really, we need to really just keep at it. Just keep at it.
Yep. I would add, keep pushing protests and keep pushing the buttons of Dinky and Hinky and making fun of them, because guess what? It's starting to crumble. So go ahead.
And bringing out what is all evil about them. We have to keep on that as well, because they are sadistic and they're fucking evil.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm tired of it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like I've been fighting this evil for centuries now for some bizarre reason.
Who knows? In another life, Benny.
But good prevails, and that's what keeps me floating here. Is that good will prevail.
Yes.
And it doesn't mean that nobody's going to get hurt. Nobody's going to lose. There's losers and winners and everything. Even when you win, you see,
everybody's going to have to go through.
We can't have everything that individually everybody wants. We all have to make little bends and navigations in everything to make sure that everybody around us is feeling good and cared about. And I can't tell you how cared about I feel right now. And I like to think it's contagious. So I want everybody to feel like I feel right now. In this moment, we are the resistance, and the resistance is love. And that's just it. I love you guys, every single one of you.
Love you too, Benny.
Every single one of you.
Spy, you want to go?
Even if we don't agree sometimes, we're reeds. We bend in the stream. Be a supple reed.
We're putting the band back together.
Spy, you want to go ahead?
From God.
That's right, from Gad.
From Gad.
So to just go off of what Benny was talking about there, I just want to remind everyone the way to defeat fascism without putting your body on the line, because it'll get to that point eventually. We're not there yet, but the way to defeat it is with a strong community, a strong local community, and now we all have the luxury of having an online community to help strengthen us. And so keep pushing their buttons, keep calling your Congress people, both Republican and Democrats. Tell the Democrats to pull their heads out of their asses, find their fucking spine, and stand the fuck up.
Yep.
Check in with those around you. Check in with those in your community, and remember, just because someone says they're okay doesn't necessarily mean they're okay. So check in with everyone, keep pushing, keep fighting. And guess what? We're already really close to bankrupting Elon Musk. And, I think that's a great goal for everyone to strive for. So.
Yeah.
Hey, don't forget to point and laugh at your local Teslas.
And don't forget to thank Canada and Mexico.
Yes.
Yeah,
Thank you, Canada
I
and
flip them
Mexico.
off, or I go like this. Oh, wait. Tony wants to share this before we go. It reads, be a responsible citizen, properly dispose of your dog waste, place it onto the nearest Cybertruck.
I love it. Somebody really hung that on the pole. Thank you, whoever did that.
City code, Elon's a dickhead.
If you see Elon, you may also deposit it directly into his mouth. City code, something, something, Department of something, something, City of New York.
Oh, Department of Falafia. Oh my God. That's hilarious.
All right. So
thank you, whoever made that.
Yeah.
That's a silent protest.
Keep
That
resisting.
right there is a silent protest.
Well, I love it. All
if
his
we
stocks
could
are
stick shit up all
70%.
over the place. What's that girl's name? Primrose. She did a video where she'll send you the template to print out your own. I did that stickers.
Oh.
Yes. So if you don't know who she is, I'll post the link after the show because I can't do anything right now.
Right.
What is it? Primrose. What is it? Primrose.
His name is too long for me to
Permaculture.
remember.
Primrose permaculture.
Yes, yes, yes. Thank you, Spiken.
Are they? Where are they? On YouTube, Blue Sky?
There's a lot of names to remember, guys. And I suck at remembering names. I really do.
So, how's everybody for a show on Sunday? Yes or no?
We'll see.
Benny's good. Okay, so
I'm going to say yeah right now because it's Sunday and there's no appointments that day. So
I will see. I have a few things I've got to take care of before next week, so we'll see.
all right, we're gonna leave it up. We'll leave it up in the air for now. Believe me, if we do a show, we will, as we do normally, we'll put a thumbnail up announcing the show. So just keep an eye out for that. And then also, I don't want you guys to forget, I have moved my music to Diane Russell Live channel. So I'm trying to get the numbers up over there so I don't feel like
I have to dance real slow right now.
there's 10 people there.
Just play slow songs this weekend.
Yeah. Well, I haven't gotten my guitar back. I'm going to call tomorrow and hopefully I can get it back tomorrow.
Diane.
We'll see. I know.
Trade it in for a new one.
You don't understand. When you Willie Nelson a guitar, that's the only guitar
No,
you
I
want
do
to fucking
understand.
play. Okay, yeah. It's got a lot of character. It's got a lot of miles on it, and it's my baby. It's the way I
understand.
You know what I mean? Yeah.
I understand. I don't mean literally trade her in. But do yourself a solid. You deserve it.
All right. So we love you guys so much. We will see you next Tuesday if we don't see you this weekend. And
that's right.
And thanks, shout outs to all the mods and all the peeps in our chat. And be safe out there. And we'll see you next Tuesday. Peace out. Thank you.
Peace out.
What are you doing? You gotta stop with the kitty videos. He's obsessed.
But they're so cute. Oh my God, they're adorable.
Stop it. Stop it.
Just too cute for me.
It's driving me crazy.
wish you the way to burn, so yeah. Stepping out of bitchin' cars, and the motor with a dual quad. Stepping out of bitchin' cars, racing to the top of the spot, oh no. Oh no. I don't care where she's always in my hair. Don't ask me why, she probably start to cry, oh yeah.
Yes, we do drive Chryslers.
Stepping out of bitchin' cars, racing on the way to Mars. Oh no, 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 no. Stepping out of bitchin' cars, they're gonna put me behind the bars. Oh no. Stepping out of bitchin' cars, and the motor with a dual quad. I don't care what she's always in my hair. Don't ask me why, you should probably start to cry, no, no.
We are trailing a long-haired Caucasian in a 1970 Dodge Super Bee. We are in pursuit right now. He's getting away from us. We lost him. License plate registered to a William Garth Gaffney. Hey, isn't that guitar guy? One time I heard him play Believer by Ozzy. It was sweet.
Stepping out of bitchin' cars, racing to the top of spots, oh no. Stepping out of bitchin' cars, gonna race you all the way to Mars, oh no, no. Got everyone to do. Stepping out of bitchin' cars, and motor into a quad. I don't care, cause she's always in my hair. Don't ask me why, she will start to cry. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Your poll numbers are as small as your dick. Nailed it. I just got tingly inside.
Look how shiny it is, Grammy. It's so shiny. It's so shiny.